everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Sip. I'm Timothy.
And I'm John.
We all know you now. We all love you. Apologies to Kara right off the bat. I wanted to try this week something a little bit white, a little bit California. And then John said, well, what about the Chateauneuf du Pape? And that's Kara's favorite.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she raves about Chateauneuf all the time.
Oh, jeez.
So maybe you want to bring her something home tonight to apologize for this betrayal, really, of trust.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so we're excited. This week we get to try something that we don't typically feature on the Weekly Sip. It's a Peru rival special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent. So today we're going to be featuring a property with which I personally have had an over 25-year relationship with. This is Domaine de la Janasse, located in the Southern Rhone Valley, specifically in the region of Chateauneuf du Pape. That relationship on my part goes back to my days working with European cellars and Eric Solomon as his Northeast regional guy, introducing these wines to the Massachusetts and basically the rest of the New England market. And I have to say, boy, these are absolutely some of the best, the very best Southern Rhone Chateauneuf du Pape selections consistently over the last 25 years, and they just keep going from strength to strength to strength.
I was looking up today a little information on Chateauneuf. I mean, I know a little bit about it, and I was kind of shocked to see how small.
Oh, it's a relatively tiny area. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's 2 square miles approximately,
mm-hmm.
right on the banks of the Rhone. It's tiny.
Sure.
I was kind of stunned, actually.
Absolutely. So this particular property is located, was essentially first founded mid-1970s by Aimé Sabon, who's still around and still active and involved in the property. And since 1976, he started basically acquiring vineyards totaling about 40 hectares and 70 different plots, all located from the furthest northern part of the region all the way to the south. And essentially the way Chateauneuf du Pape lays out regionally, we're all familiar, many of us, if you know Chateauneuf du Pape at all, are familiar with the idea of galette stones. Those are those big, giant, like moon rocks that are spread out amongst the vineyards. Well, those are particularly, those aren't throughout the entire region, right, but they're situated primarily in the southern part of the zone. In the further northern part of Chateauneuf du Pape, it's primarily a sandy type soil. And depending on where your vineyards are located, you can have, it's a very different style of Chateauneuf du Pape based off of the soil conditions. And in this particular case, with Janasse, their Chateauneuf du Pape tradition, you're working with a number of parcels located throughout north to south. And so you get a really good overall expression of what the region is all about.
That's pretty great.
So in the case of this, the tradition tier of wine, it follows the pattern here where the vineyards are sourced from all across. Yep. It is largely Grenache driven. The vineyard sources themselves are all organically farmed. They're all practicing biodynamic. The vineyards at the time of harvest are basically, it's hand harvested.
Wow.
And the fruit is all brought into the winery where it undergoes, it's basically crushed, goes into tanks for maceration, which is the period of time where you leave the juice and the skins in contact with one another and you extract the color. These guys work with an extended maceration of almost a month. So it's a temperature controlled maceration. So they get just a little bit of color out of these wines.
Yep.
So really deep, dark, inky purple hues.
And none of the 3 grapes are really that dark in color.
With the exception of Mourvedre.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's really not a big part of this blend either.
Mm-hmm.
So, I did notice the color when you opened the bottle. I was like, wow, it's pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty dark.
Sure. Yeah, let's just, kind of check it out. I mean, the color on this is just black purple in hue. It goes right up to the rim, pretty much.
You can't see through it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Give this thing a nose, and the nose is clean. It's a little bit tight, but you are getting those
Yeah.
black fruits coming out of it already at this particular point.
I mean, this is a 2021. We just opened it about half hour ago, so it's naturally going to be a little bit tighter than after you age it for a little while.
This wine just screams out Southern Rhone Valley, and not basic Côte d'Aron. This is if this was a car, this would be a Ferrari. This thing is
beautiful.
like, yeah, this thing is
Say Bugatti in the French tradition, not Ferrari.
Okay, you got me there. But this thing has, I mean, there's a lot of horsepower here in this wine.
And you'd expect to pay Ferrari level prices for this wine.
Oh, absolutely. This is the market price for Janasse Chateauneuf du Pape is going to be about $80 a bottle. Our regular everyday price here at Binen's is $64 on a single bottle. But this particular selection, since the 21s are just being released, this is actually a pre-arrival offer for us.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
We just sent out the email within the last 24 or 48 hours, depending on when you're seeing this.
Yep,
when you're seeing this email or seeing this video. And it's a pre-arrival offer through Monday, August 5th at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And during that period, from now until then, we're offering this wine on a 3 or more bottle combo, all the way down to $53.33 a bottle. That's 33% off. So basically $160 gets you 3 bottles of Bugatti.
Bugatti.
So
Taste wise, I mean, it's classic.
yeah,
I mean, it's right down the line.
exactly. You got those kind of brambly black raspberry notes on the nose. So on the mid palate, while it's not super oaky or anything like that,
No.
it's still texturally kind of like
It's grippy.
mouth
It's
filling.
there.
It's
Yeah.
grippy, and you get a continuation of those that mouth filling kind of fruit driven quality.
Yep.
And then this nice long echoing lingering finish that this wine is really in its youth. That's only
It
gonna
is.
I mean, as this
Yeah.
wine continues to pick up a little bit of time in the bottle over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 plus years, it's just
Yeah.
going to continue to get better and better and better.
I was
So-
reading on it, and it said you could sell this for 10 years without any problem at all.
I have no doubt.
Yeah, and I think you can. I mean, it's just
Mm-hmm. So there you have it. This is our first pre-arrival feature on on this little series,
Yep.
and I'm sure it won't be the last.
probably not.
Yeah, we've got. Let's see, we're coming up on August at this point. We have lots of events
How the
coming
hell
up.
did that even happen?
Yeah, check out on our website. Go
Yep.
to our events page. Just a little sneak peek ahead of time. This weekend in Braintree. If you're in the neighborhood, or even if you're not in the neighborhood,
You
you
may
might
swing by.
want to be in the neighborhood at 10 a.m. when we open the doors. If you know, you know. And it's going to be a great, absolutely terrific weekend in Braintree.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be a good weekend here in
It's always
Needham
a
as
good
well.
weekend here in Needham.
But We're going to blow the doors off.
Yeah, the 10th is the next flea market here in Needham,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be throwing up more events for tastings for classes the next couple days.
Over the next, yeah, exactly.
So-
Adam's going to be back both in Braintree and Needham in August.
Yep.
We have the Braintree Flea Market at the end of the month on, I believe it's the 25th.
I think that's
Sounds right. It's the last
Sounds
Sunday
right.
of the month.
Yeah, as always.
As always, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And there'll be a handful of other events
Yeah.
taking place as well.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to
Subscribe, comment, like, share, hit the bell.
ding, ding.
I mean, there's so
You
many things
name
you can do now, but we appreciate that you do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers. That's good.
It's a wrap.